Mics both on.
Mike's
This
on.
is this is
This is.
this is Spencer's mic check.
Ooh.
1 2. 1 2.
This is Shelby's mic check. Ew, I licked the microphone.
This is Kermit the Frog mic check. Oh man. Oh man.
You're telling me, dude.
Let's see. Do you have stuff to talk about this week?
I'm gonna take over this whole episode.
Really?
No, but I do have stuff to talk about.
I have a few things too.
I don't want to talk to you.
So I'm probably gonna step over whatever it is that you have.
My stuff is a little Halloweeny.
So the gap got cut.
Gap got cut.
All right.
No one even knows about it. I don't know why we're acknowledging it.
And you have stuff.
I have stuff.
And I have stuff.
We don't have to keep saying it.
Yours is Halloweeny.
Yes.
And mine is not.
Well, depends what you think about Halloween.
Let's get into it. S.
Um,
Soup. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to SM Soup, the number one podcast with soup in the name but not on the brain. I'm Spencer.
I'm Shelby. That was so fast, dude. I didn't even realize you were talking.
Do you think it was clear, or do I need to do it again?
No, I think it was clear.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to SM Soup. I'm Spencer.
And I'm Shelby.
The number one podcast with soup in the name but not on the brain. It's crazy. I go into a trance and I can do it flawlessly in the moment. But as soon as I try to do it,
Yeah.
I can't.
Sure. No, I get it. You've gone full dumb.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to SM Soup, the number one podcast with soup in the name but not on the brain. I'm Spencer.
And I'm Shelby.
And together, we're here to take you on a journey through life's biggest questions. Like, waiter, how is the soup made? Shelby,
What?
how are you?
I'm good. I'm tired. But that's not important. No one wants to hear about that. I've had exciting developments. I've told the horror story a few weeks ago, how I let my few potatoes go rotten. I didn't do anything with them. Well, the only update I can give you is that one singular batch of pepper jelly has been made from our Serrano peppers. In addition to, I'm attempting to save a good amount of seeds from the batch of Serranos because I'm de-seeding them because I'm so afraid of dying when we eat the pepper jelly. And if all goes well, we will have a good batch of pepper jelly, probably a few batches of pepper jelly, and some new peppers next year. And everyone for Christmas is getting pepper jelly and seeds. Spencer, how are you?
I'm good. I'm tall.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thanks.
You don't have any exciting developments? You can't keep saying you're tall.
Can't say that I have any exciting developments, to be totally honest.
Wow. How
Yeah.
does it feel to suck?
It's been... It's unbelievable. Are we
What?
really getting into this?
No.
No, I think we are now.
No.
You brought that. I just want to point out, you brought this on. You brought this on by antagonizing me. You decided to start taking little pot shots at me.
Okay.
Even though before the episode, you were like, Spencer, if you're going to have this energy, I don't want to do SM Soup. So I was going to not bring up how you've gone full dumb. But then during the intro, you said I went full dumb. Wow. Interesting. And now you're taking little pot shots at me.
Okay.
I need everybody listening to understand that right now, I am at a point in my life where both Shelby and I are at a point in our lives where having a conversation is the most painful fucking thing for me right now. Because Shelby, for whatever reason, it has just lost the ability to exist as a human being.
Yeah.
It has been so frustrating to just carry out a normal goddamn conversation with you.
I'm not going to say you're lying because I don't think you're lying. But
I
it is very funny when we do this every week and we just talk for an hour. Unless you're saying all of these have been just bad.
No, it's been no. What are you talking about?
This isn't a normal conversation.
I'm saying like the past week has been really like
Yeah.
difficult. I'm not saying every year.
Sorry, I thought you said like at this point in our lives that you're like, this has been a problem for
No,
months.
at this exact moment
I
in our
see, I
lives,
see,
I
I
guess
see.
is what I was
Sorry.
trying to say. And it's like one of those things. This is a little peek behind the curtain for people who like aren't in a long-term relationship or not. But
Yeah, you're happier.
yeah, probably. No shot. No shot. No, I mean this goes for everybody, but like it's a lot worse when you're in like a relationship and when you like live with somebody and like so actually it would go for anybody you live with. Anybody you spend like a ton of time with.
Oh yeah.
And it just so happens that like in most situations it's going to be like probably a partner.
Significant other.
But again, this goes for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
When somebody like does something that like even slightly annoys you, it like compounds.
Yeah.
And then just like keeps compounding.
Yeah.
And then it gets to a point where you're being like too critical. But it's because of everything that has led up to it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I can acknowledge that like I am now at a point where you open your mouth and I'm just like immediately a little on edge and tense.
I can see it in your face. I go to start talking and I feel like I see the dread in your eyes. You're like, what's about to happen?
Yeah. Yeah. A little bit. So I'm acknowledging that I know I'm the problem. And
You're
normally
not the problem.
Again, huh?
Not the problem.
I know I contribute to the problem.
Yeah.
I guess is what I'm trying to say. And the other thing that is like a little secret of the trade is that at some point you just need to have a reset. You need to have a reset moment where both people contribute negatively to something.
Yeah.
And in that moment, it has to be so stupid that both people go,
what the
we
fuck
need
are
to
we
reset.
Doing? Yeah.
And then you do that and you're good.
Yeah.
I feel like this is going to act as our reset moment.
You think so? You think this episode's our reset?
I think so.
This is our relationship reset.
Yeah. I think this is going to like decompress the tension and everything like that and like force us to carry out like conversation and stuff like that. This is in a lot of ways, this is couple therapy for us. People don't realize it. We don't talk about our relationship.
People don't realize it and they're like, you guys don't shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? You guys clearly love to talk.
You'll notice I put a caveat where I said about our relationship. Because I feel like we don't talk about our relationship that much.
No, because I don't really have anything to say. I don't really.
Other than every day I wake up and want to die.
Right. No, I don't really know what to say. I know people mean it really well when they're like, every couple fights, every couple argues, blah, blah, blah. But I would say amongst our friends and family, we've never argued. Certainly never on camera. Certainly never.
No, I was gonna say we don't fight.
We don't fight.
I feel like we really don't.
Not too often.
I feel like we don't really even argue that often.
No, you and I are both just like really passive aggressive, like little bitches who like when we're mad about something, it's hard to not just like we both just get really like, oh really? Yeah, like we both just get really sassy with each other.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. I go dead quiet. Anyway,
you're the worst.
I like fume. It's all internal.
Yeah.
I'm vibrating with anger.
And then it's like, what's wrong? And you're like, no, nothing. You like play it off. You're like, cool.
I'm
you're like nothing.
You won't even understand. I want to say that real in one day. No, I don't. It's stupid. Anyway, when people are like, how do you guys do it? Because I feel like people know that we like spend a lot of time together and do a lot together, like probably more than the average people. And I just don't know how to answer that question because the answer is we just do it.
Well, no, the answer is like
we want to do it.
Yeah, the answer is like I'm your best friend.
But yeah.
You're top 5 for me.
Right.
And you know, when you have somebody that means that much.
Yeah.
it's really easy to like
Yeah.
every day is like it's it is quite literally when you wait like when you wake up. When you growing up are huh?
I was trying to make a song reference, but I couldn't think of the song. I would walk 500,000 miles. I
When
would
you
walk
wake up,
five. Yeah.
well, I know I'm
Oh, there we
gonna
go.
be the man who wakes up next to you. When you're growing up is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
You have a friend, right? Who's
Mhm.
your best friend. And you're
Mhm.
like, I want to spend every day with this person because they are my best friend, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So in adulthood,
You
find
can
a person
keep
like
doing
that.
Yeah.
And then it's
Yeah.
very easy.
I agree. I agree. Were you oh, I already know this answer. Why was I about to ask you a
We
question?
grew up together.
No, I was just about to be like, are you a
Were you a
single
bedwetter?
Are you a single best friend person or like a multi-friend person? But I already know the answer to that.
What's the answer?
Well, I was about to ask you that. Like I was learning that information about you for the first time.
Well, what's the answer?
I would say I shouldn't say a single best friend person, but you're like a very, very small circle friend person.
Like you're saying, like when you say best friend, do you mean best friend? Like
Yeah.
there can only be one true
Yeah.
best? Yeah, no, I've never subscribed to that.
Yeah.
I definitely have multiple best friends.
Yeah.
But like I also only have like 3 best friends.
Right. Right. I guess that's where I was going with that. Whereas I'm like, I know you're not singular, but like
Yeah.
very small circle. You have your 3
Yeah.
people that you're like, these are the people who should know pretty much everything that's going on. And I, for the most part,
Yeah.
and I stay in contact with them. Like they are top priority.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like growing up, I'm when I would say best friend, I always was focused on one person. But also, I like now I'm like, well, I have all these people that I really care about, and yeah, there's like subtle hierarchies, subtle or not so subtle. But now I'm like, I guess I do have like
You can only care about one best friend. You only care about one person, and that's
it's
your best friend.
Grogu, it's my cat. But now I'm like, I guess now I'm like, well, obviously you're my best friend, but I'm just like, would I call anyone else my best friend? Like, would I? I don't know. Like, probably, but like, would I?
I feel like you wouldn't
I
because you
wouldn't.
suck.
Yeah. I make them earn that shit.
Nobody wants it.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway.
Any other dirty laundry you want to air?
No, that was it.
Okay.
You brought that on though. I
Sure.
again want to be clear.
Sure.
I was ready to just avoid it and just like start the reset without even saying anything.
That would be hard to reset without saying it.
And then you felt the need to like egg me on.
Mhm.
It really felt like you were like baiting me so that I would like bring it up and start going in it. And then you'd be able to sit there and cry and be like, I don't understand why you're being so mean to me. You know how you normally do?
Yeah, how I normally do it. No, I get it. So recently, sorry, was there anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, there was.
Okay.
So recently, there was I'll say a fairly viral tweet
Okay.
that happened where somebody said something to the effect, I don't have it in front of me. And I also like don't even know if I could find it if I like wanted to try and go back for it. Somebody said something to the effect of, why are dogs the smelliest, grossest, and whatever creatures, and cats smell sweet and nice and soft like vanilla and so on. Basically, why are dogs just like
Literal
so
dirt
gross
gremlins, yeah.
and cats are like they smell so good?
They seem like they were just freshly cleaned.
Yeah.
They always have a fresh linen candle going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And somebody like responded to that
Okay.
and was like, cat owners act like we can't tell that they own a cat because they literally smell.
Huh?
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to understand what they're saying. They're just saying we know your house smells like animal.
Like we know you have animals because you smell.
Oh.
So for about 3 days,
This has just been sitting in your head.
yeah, I've been
Wow.
like so one of my like biggest
Anxiety.
anxieties.
God, dude, reset is working.
The chemistry is already
It's back.
it's back. One of my biggest anxieties is smelling bad.
Uh-huh.
I also cuz it's funny because
That is actually really funny. That's one of your anxieties.
I
Go ahead.
no, why?
Because you don't sweat. And that's normally the biggest cause of smell.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. Like I bet the average person like obviously doesn't want to smell because it's like society wise like embarrassing and whatever. Um but like it's just funny from someone who's had like literal sweating problems, and so I always kind of smell like I'm just aware that that's a reality, and it's like gotten better, but I'm just aware if I even exude like 5% of my energy, I'm gonna smell. So it's just like funny that from someone who like almost never sweats, and genuinely in the years of knowing you, I don't think I've like genuinely never been like, holy shit, you smell. Like, I feel like that has maybe happened like once, and you probably asked me to be like, do I smell? Like, it didn't catch me off guard. I'm not saying you like can't have anxiety around it. I'm just saying it's like funny. Cause I feel like I've had to learn to just like do what I can, but also like accept like, unless I want to be fucking applying deodorant every 2 hours, like, there's only so much I can do for myself.
Yeah.
What?
So one of my biggest fears or anxieties is smelling bad.
Yeah.
And you just said everything that is, yeah, I don't sweat,
Mm-hmm.
which is again a big contributor. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's, and also, real quick, unless somebody literally shit their pants,
Yeah.
like, would have to have been like sitting next to me and literally shit themselves, actual poop smell. I don't care if somebody smells.
Right.
Because yeah, you like we should all just definitely be like very accepting of the fact that like we all go through life. We all have our struggles. We all have, right? Like you have no idea when you're catching somebody at what point
Right.
in their life and in within their cycle and their daily cycle.
Yeah.
I'm never going to really bat an eye
Right.
outside of you literally smell like you just took a shit in your pants.
Yeah.
That is the only one.
Yeah.
That is the only one that'll get me.
Sure.
But like, and like I feel like BO typically has like a very obvious smell and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then obviously people just have their own like natural smells.
Right.
So I'm not one to like ever, and I don't know if it's maybe because I'm so anxious that
Yeah.
like I could potentially smell to somebody. Like I don't know, but it's like one of my biggest fears. So I'm literally like sitting with the fact that it's like, oh my God, everywhere we go, Shelby and I smell like the fucking worst because we have a cat. And so we've smelled bad for 3 years. And now we have a dog, which everybody knows smells bad.
Oh, I see. I see.
And so we've like compounded it.
Mm.
And like I always have like a big fear like if we're ever like having somebody over.
I agree with this.
Oh my God. I am so anxious like leading up to it. Especially if they're like coming over for the first time.
Yeah.
Because like I cannot stand the thought of like somebody walking in and being like, wow, this reeks.
Yeah. I do agree with that about homes, especially when you have animals.
And the worst part is like with your own smell and like your house smell and stuff like that, like you definitely get used to things. You get desensitized to it. So like it is harder to pick out.
Yeah.
And it's why like 9 times out of 10 when we're like coming back from a trip, granted it'll be because like maybe we didn't like have the AC running at like such a like
Consistent rate.
at such a low temperature, right? Like when you leave, you probably like raise it a little bit, and depending on like when we catch like good weather and stuff like that, like the AC may not have even needed to run because it wasn't getting too hot or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever the case may be, right? Like you walk in, you kind of have that like stale house smell.
Yeah.
And it's just like every time we walk in and I smell that because we've been away from it for how long, I'm like, is it because we've been away from it that I finally noticed that our place has the smell all the time? Or does it only have the smell right now because, and I always go back and forth with that kind of stuff too.
Yeah.
I hate it. Hate it so much. So anyway, there's this whole thread that like made me.
I've never contributed having pets to changing how you smell. I would make sense because obviously that's all going on in your home and you're getting ready and you exist there. But I will say I've never contributed that to like how you would smell as a person outside of the home. Grogu, get off the table. Our animals are really trying to test us in the past few weeks.
Yeah, I mean, soon we aren't gonna have to worry about smelling because we're not gonna have any animals.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I've never contributed to like how you would smell like as a person.
Yeah.
But I totally agree on the home smell. But yeah, I mean,
but, like also this person was like very adamant that, and they weren't necessarily saying that like you smell. They weren't necessarily saying it's a bad smell.
Right.
They were saying that like
it's just a pet smell. There's a
right.
pet smell.
You definitely.
I do think a house that has pets.
He goes up to her. It's insane. I got it.
No.
They weren't necessarily saying that like it's a bad smell.
Yeah.
They were saying it could be.
It could
but
be.
they were mainly what they were mainly getting at is like
animal smell.
Yeah, and also like
which they are right.
And also like your place is definitely going to smell because a cat literally shits and pisses indoors.
Yeah. And they're right. There is going to be a difference of smell in your house when animals are introduced.
Think walking in, you can tell that we have a cat?
I would say if you don't have one, you might be able to smell something. Not saying it's like inherently bad, but if you aren't around animals in your home, which I'm assuming this person isn't because they're clearly saying they pick up on it when they go other places.
Yeah.
You probably can smell that.
Yeah.
But again, like I feel like you and I have always had a animal in our house. Like there were literally 3 to 4 technically college, but then like outside of that 3 to 4 years where we didn't have an animal. Other than that, we've had an animal in a home that we lived in the entire time. So like you and I will probably never really smell that. Like because whether we like do smell it, it's not like our brain's gonna be like, that's weird.
Yeah.
So like we're not gonna see that as like a gross smell or a bad smell. We're just like we might register it, but we might not even like realize it's like different. But I bet if someone never grew up with animals, they might be able to pick that up.
Yeah.
But also again, like smell is just like obviously I love things to smell good and I want things to smell good, but also like once you even just start thinking about it for like 2 seconds, outside of just general cleanliness, like things smell.
Right.
Like we made pepper jelly yesterday and our house, which this was gross, but our house smelled like apple cider vinegar for half the day.
Dudes, oh my God.
We could have cracked a window.
Yeah, we could have.
That would have helped.
We should have. We're idiots.
But like that, like shit smells. Like I don't know what anyone wants.
Yeah, I don't know. I just got really in my head about it.
No, I get it.
Because again, it's like a big anxiety for me.
Yeah.
Going off the pepper jelly real quick. I like could not like stand next to it and like smell it. But at one point you needed me to come over and like help stir. So I was like stirring it and it's like
really bubbling.
This is gonna sound so ridiculous.
Oh my God.
But I went to like lean over.
I know you hate the smell of vinegar.
And I went to like lean over and like look at something. And I was leaning kind of like across the pot that I was stirring. I leaned over it. I got sucker punched in the nose that it went like in and hit my throat. the smell. There's a vinegar. Like I wasn't even like breathing. Like I
Yeah.
wasn't going like, you know,
But you
or
just felt
anything.
like you could taste
I
it.
literally like just leaned over and it went, we're in. And like just it like literally like I thought in that moment I was going to throw up.
Oh no.
Because I almost gagged really hard and I'm over the pepper jelly at this point. And so then I don't know if you turned, I was like kind of giggling then at one point while I was staring at it because all I could think of was like,
If you just vomited in
what
it.
if I would have, and then I would have had to be like, Shelby, I threw up in the pepper jelly.
That would have been the funniest thing
And I
ever.
feel like, and all I could think of like is like how you would probably be like both simultaneously like mad, but also like
really concerned.
sensitive to the situation, but also like a little annoyed. Like, really, you had to throw up in the pepper jelly? Like that's all I could
You
think
couldn't
of.
just do the floor that
And
you
it
were
was
standing
so
on.
fucking funny to think
That
about.
is really
But dude,
funny.
it was crazy, and it just like I don't even know how to describe it. Like, literally stand over something steaming. It literally felt like I was going to like simultaneously suffocate, throw up, and
No,
it, like
I
it
know
all
what you're
just like
talking about.
it just rushed in
That's a
without me
really-
even taking like an inhale. It was
that can
crazy.
be a really strong like smell, taste sensation.
It was crazy.
That's how I feel when I walk into a room and someone is steaming kale. That makes me want to vomit. I can feel the scent in every part of like my nose, mouth, everything, and it really grosses me out. Right, like steaming it or like when it's mush. Whatever that is called. I mean, I know
Kale
it's not well
or
like
spinach. Spinach has a
Spinach.
really smell.
spinach, sorry. We do like sauteing lightly sauteing kale.
Oh yeah, sauteing and
But whatever that is with spinach.
boiling it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like I don't want to just say cooking it, but like
Yeah.
cooking it basically,
Yeah.
where it's just a pile of green mush.
Yeah.
The smell of that, and I walk into a space that that's
Yeah.
happening,
That's fair.
I feel unwell. Like I get a little nauseous.
That's crazy because that's for the longest time and probably still is how my parents will normally make spinach
I know.
and like we'll do it as like a straight
Yeah.
like side of
Yeah.
just mush spinach.
Yeah.
I loved that growing up.
I'm so sorry. You'll
I
never see me make
love
that.
that.
The smell is too much for me.
That's fair. It is a smell.
I'd
for
rather
sure.
just eat spinach. Like
Like
I'd eat a
raw.
whole salad of raw spinach.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's absolutely what I'd rather eat than that.
Yeah.
I just don't like it.
So anyway, that's all I wanted to
That's
talk
funny
about.
though that sat in your head for 3 days. I'm really sorry about
I
that.
really like it. Like was triggering something in me that
Yeah.
like had me like very anxious. And the other thing was I was going back and forth. I was like ping ponging in my head of like, so we just stayed with our one friend and she has a cat, and I feel like her place smells so fucking good.
Yeah.
But I know she has like
Scents everywhere.
she's like she's one of those freaks.
she's a candle lighting girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, her place does
And
always
but then
smell
it's
really
like,
good.
so again, I was like, but did it just not smell bad to us because
Like it's all new
we're
smells.
all just desensitized to cat smell? Like
yeah,
if you
it
have a
could
cat.
be.
So and then that had me just like very
That's so
on
funny.
edge. So like we can only be friends with,
With people who have
with
animals.
pets, yeah.
That's the exact conclusion I was coming to. I was like, that's all we can do. Also, like, again, literally opening a window is like the best thing keeping things clean and opening a window is the best thing you can do for smell. Because it's like literally just, it's all going to aerate out anyway. It's fine.
But what if somebody shit outside your window?
Why'd they shit outside my window?
You can't ask why. You can't ask why of these things. Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
No, like I'm
yeah.
done with the podcast. Wrap it up.
Oh, okay. Thanks you all for being here. So a few weeks ago.
No, but seriously.
So a few weeks ago, Spencer and I went to the Renaissance Festival. Or Ren Fair, or whatever you want to call it. Spencer, what did you think
It
of
was
it?
last week.
It was last week. We went to the Ren Fair. Full dumb.
Full dumb. No big tittied
You didn't get to get
women
insulted.
to pour a shot in my mouth and spit on me.
Yeah, you'll have to find somewhere else, I guess.
Yeah.
I bet we can find someone who would do that.
No, we had a conversation, the two of us and our one friend, where when you go to a Renaissance fair, the very fun thing to do, besides like the activities, obviously, that are like there and
So many shows.
the things that you can do within the fair itself.
Yeah, yeah.
But like,
all the organized stuff.
yeah, the best thing is people watching
Absolutely.
and really like, because a lot of people get into it.
I love it.
And the women they look so fantastic.
Yeah.
And this is not like a knock on guys or anything who also put in effort, of course, but there's just like
the proportions are off. The proportions
just looks
are off. Yeah.
Like even if they are a 7 on the street, they are a 10 at the Ren Fair.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
they all every woman you pass looks so good.
Yeah.
and then
maybe like
and then there was a guy,
15% of the guys
like,
looks good. Yeah. Yeah.
And I know I fell into that camp. I was with 2 fantastic looking women and I wore a shirt, you know, and I looked
you were
better.
showing some chest.
I looked better than I described it, the dads who were wearing I Like Sports Team, you know, because there were plenty of those.
Yeah.
But yeah, the best thing was by far like being able to like look at, and this is like widespread, not just women.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was like you're like trying not to objectify women,
right?
You know, of course you're trying to be respectful about it, but it's like
you look amazing,
right?
Yeah.
Like it's
you
want to
like compliment everyone.
and it's like
yeah.
And then, you know, you want to do some other stuff too. Stop it. Stop that, Shelby. No, but seriously, like genuinely, like taking in the effort of what
so
people
many
put
people
into
go
like
all
their appearance
out.
and stuff is like so cool, and it's definitely the best part about it.
I agree. I summed it up as going to the we technically okay. Have you gone to the Ren Fair other than the time I'm about to describe? Like, have you gone again since we were like teenagers?
Yeah.
You have gone again?
Yeah.
Oh, why didn't you go?
I haven't.
Why didn't you invite me?
I haven't. So why are you asking?
Because I don't know. I didn't know if maybe you went.
Yeah, but then
who
do you think I am?
You are. I didn't want to say an all-encompassing.
Right, but do you really think that like you wouldn't know if you don't think that wouldn't? You think that wouldn't have come up, especially recently?
I just wanted to make sure.
Like, what do you think of me?
Okay, so
you think I'm so careless to not give you like clear lore like that? You think we're just gonna go to a movie and I'm gonna be like, I've never seen a movie before?
I would do that.
I know.
We did go to a Ren. Are you okay? Oh, that's the worst. We did go to a Ren Fair when we were like 14, as part of a school trip. But
we were 9.
Otherwise, this was our full first experience. Like, I don't even feel fair counting that. I do just want to say we went to one.
Right.
But you know, like no one dressed up. No one. I mean, we were. You know, no one was gonna do that. Everyone was just like, what food can I buy with the $20 I have in my pocket? Anyways, this was like truly our first full real one, in my opinion. And I summed it up as exactly how I feel about doing like pop-up events and markets is if you even think you'll like it, like you will find your people there.
Yeah.
It's like there's such a like sense of like community there because everyone's excited. Well, not everyone. Cue the dads who I love sports team shirts, but most people who are there are really excited to be there. Like put work into getting there, whether through their costume or whatever. I mean, people travel for their shit.
I also think real quick, the whole like trying to like fit in terms of like look and stuff does not take a ton of effort.
No, it doesn't.
I didn't do much.
Yeah.
I literally wore a black shirt that had like
you effectively wore a black
2 days
blouse.
Before. Yeah, effectively, it was basically a blouse. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like very flowy and like had like a deep V.
Yeah.
And I just wore my black jeans, so I was just wearing all black.
Yeah. We gave you one belt so to accessorize you a little bit.
to be able to hang some stuff off of to
Yeah.
make it look like I was like a
Into it.
yeah little little town folk,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
from you know, the Renaissance time. Felt like I looked like a NPC in
Yeah.
like The Witcher.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
You know?
Yeah, we gave you the man bun, like the half
Yeah.
up, half down. It
I
was
wouldn't
good.
run a shop,
No.
but like I'd be walking the street.
Yeah, you're just out and about and you yell something as someone passes.
Yeah, Geralt like accidentally runs into me, and then I
Yeah.
go, "Hey, watch where you're going."
Yeah, exactly.
And
That's
then he
the only
lights me
line
on
you
fire,
get.
and then I'm
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah, that's the only line
That's-
you get the whole game.
Kind of the dream.
But I would agree, and I really do think if you go to one, like do at least like do something. Like do something in terms of your dress. Like don't I'm
that's
not
what I'm saying. Like, it's
like
like it's
buy a
pretty-
ball gown.
No,
But like in case
No.
you like are like I don't even know where to start. Look up like Hobbit looks. Like
Yeah.
you could get away with a vest and pants. That is a look. Like you can get away with really easy stuff
yeah,
if you don't want to invest really anything in it. You can get away with such easy stuff.
yeah.
Um
Again, it's like
and I'm
super
telling
low
you,
effort.
it like heightens the experience because
Yeah.
I feel like people are excited to see other people like into it.
Well, right, and like a majority of other people are also like kind of looking the part. So
Yeah.
you can all look like NPCs.
Exactly.
And then one person who's dressed like Geralt will run through the town, and if he runs
Truly.
into you, you say, "Hey, watch where you're going," and then he
Yeah.
lights you on fire.
Exactly. And it's the best day ever.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's like super easy to like.
it can
again,
be
like,
very
it's-
bare minimum.
Right.
Like, it
you
really can
don't
be.
have to do that much.
No.
And it will heighten the experience because you feel like you're fitting in.
Exactly.
If I wouldn't have like put any effort in, I would have just worn like a cardinal shirt
Yeah.
and shorts.
Yeah.
I would have felt like I was thinking just similarly to when you like go to like a fancy restaurant and you're
Yeah.
wearing casual clothing. Like it's
Yeah.
like you feel like you're sticking out because you are,
Yeah.
and not in any good way.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why I understand again if you've never done it or you like don't know where to start. Like I understand that sounds really overwhelming, and obviously you can go regardless. But I really do think like do just like a light version of something
Yeah.
like, and there's so many ideas online that like you can absolutely if you somehow don't already have something in your closet that would pretty much get you there. It'd be easy to thrift like one extra item and then your outfit's done.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a blast. Truly, again, that's how I sum it up is like if you even think you'll like it, like you will feel like a part of something being there. And then that's like you were kind of saying, not even to mention all the actual organized things that are there. Like
Yeah.
that's just being there. Of course, like you said, people watching is the best. Everyone has incredible costumes. Also, just some people, I mean, you just like have all walks of life of people there, which is a lot of fun. Some people who get really into like the character of being there. Some people who are just like, I just dressed up and I'm here. Also, just like, I find it so impressive the amount of like talent that's there, like from a performing standpoint. Like the people that they like, you know, there's always like the town drunk who's like literally their whole job is like laying on the ground and being belligerent, but also like playing songs the whole time. Like just like the most random stuff that adds to the atmosphere of it. But it's like people are doing that all day. Like people are there doing that. Like that's like crazy to me. Like all the little details that like aren't the obvious, like going to the joust and
Mhm.
like, you know, doing that kind of stuff. All those little details are the things to me that make it like so cool and like a very extra neat experience. That like, yeah, even you going for like, say you go for a whole day, you're like still not going to see everything. Like there's so much going on.
Right.
But yes, it was very magical. And the thing that is really fun as someone who does like to dress up for events is already idea generating for next year.
Yeah.
While we're standing there, the three of us were like, "Ooh, what kind of vibe do we want for next year?" We're like,
Two of us were
we're
like that.
taking inspiration from the people around us. You weren't thinking about your vibe for next year?
No, I'll probably wear the same thing, and
Maybe
then
we'll get you a vest.
I want to add. Ooh, maybe a vest would be good, and then
you could
I want to
elevate
add. I want to add the bracers. To
Oh,
have something
yeah.
on my arms.
bracers would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a nice vest would elevate your
Yeah,
your
that
look.
could work.
But I really it's like on one hand I do want to like keep using the pieces that I have, but also there's so many things I want to try
Sure.
that it's like
Do your thing.
I know, but it's like I can't.
I said do your thing.
I just I was thinking about I really like the vibe that is it's very popular to pass around like trinkets and stuff, like little thingies that you're like, "Oh, we had a nice interaction. Do you want this little trinket?" And I was thinking of how cute it would be to be like creatures who love collecting trinkets, but then having to do like somewhat of like a just an inspiration of that creature, maybe mixed with like a fairy vibe, because that's how you get away with everything. Is you're like, I'm just a little forest fairy, and so I do this stuff. But it's like if you could play into like like squirrels love collecting things. But the thing that really caught my popped in my brain was like magpies. I think it is like shiny things. I'm like, can you imagine playing off that, and you just are like attracted to shiny things? I've lost Spencer.
So what? You're gonna like run up and harass people?
No, I'm not gonna do that. Dude, I don't know. I'm just thinking of random stuff. But also, I kind of want to be something really like, bleh. Like I really kind of want to be the.
Just go.
I really want to be the Balrog from Lord of the Rings, who takes down Gandalf.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. I really want to be him, kind of.
Okay.
I think he'd be fun.
Oh, I can be Gandalf.
You can be Gandalf. And you just have to keep going, "Fuck, you fools." Yeah, I kind of want to be a Balrog, but I don't even know if it would come across. Basically, I really just want to be a lot of Lord of the Rings characters. No one's surprised. Because also, I think it'd be fun to be the Witch King.
So Run Fair was fun.
Run Fair was fun. Dress up if you go. I've destroyed Spencer's soul, so I think we'll end it here. Unless there's anything else you want to talk about. I was gonna try and come up with some fun. Since it's Halloween. It's Halloween. Oh, a week after this episode comes out.
Next week's movie club.
So I didn't know if we could come up with any really. Speaking of like, just dress up for Run Fair. If you're invited to a Halloween party, and you go like, shit, I have nothing. What should people look around their house and try to be? You know?
Yeah, I'm thinking. Do you have something?
Honestly, I know it's so. I feel like everyone's gonna disagree, but I think bring back just the white sheet ghost. I think if I saw that at a party, I'd feel mad respect. Because I feel like that just gets made fun of in movies, and I'm like, no, but like, why not? It's genuinely the easiest costume you could be.
Sure.
Like, you can't go wrong. It doesn't even have to be a white sheet. Because everyone will understand.
Sure.
I know it's not imaginative, but it's something that's in a linen closet.
Sure.
Are you not a fan? I'm not saying, again, not saying it's imaginative.
I mean, I think like any like odds are you have two pieces of clothing that will fit together and make you look like any character.
That's so true.
Like you just need to have a matching top and bottom of that character.
Yeah.
Which is like pretty doable.
I mean, I always think of like if you need a really easy, what is it? Lara Croft is basically a tank top and cargo pants and put your hair back in a braid.
Yes. Some accessories would help there though.
Sure.
To like really bring it home.
Yeah.
Whereas like if you wanted to be Jim Halpert from The Office.
Yeah.
Like
that'd be really fun.
Yeah, and like all you'd have to do is what does he put? He puts a name tag on the one Halloween.
Yeah.
And writes a different name.
Yeah.
And that's his Halloween costume.
It's like Keith
so
or
all you'd have to
something.
do is wear like a light blue button down.
Yeah.
Khaki
or you
pants.
could do the 3-hole punch.
You could do 3-hole punch as well.
Yeah, that's easy.
But you'd be Jim Halpert.
Yeah.
As
3-hole
one of his
punch.
Halloween costumes. But
Yeah.
his Halloween costumes were unimaginative and
Yeah.
like basic.
Yeah.
And
easy.
So like you could do that.
Yeah.
And like it would help you bring across that you are Jim Halpert.
Yeah.
And all you'd have to buy is a name tag sticker.
Which they're probably Dollar Tree.
probably. So anyway,
Yeah.
something like that, like any character, and like something that like as long as you remotely like look like that person, you can probably pull it off.
Yeah.
Like if you're bald and you're able to grow facial hair, Walter White is like perfect.
Or the guy,
Dr. Evil,
Dr. Evil. Just hold your pinky to your mouth the whole time.
but you'd have to.
Wear what, like a suit jacket?
Well, he wears like a silver spacesuit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Have you ever watched Austin Powers?
Yes, very, 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 very long time ago.
We gotta watch Austin Powers.
Okay. I'm trying to think what else. I mean, literally, I feel like I feel like I haven't seen this in years, but like I think it's kind of fun when people dress up as like chefs and stuff, and like you can literally get a chef hat for probably like nothing if that's not sold in Dollar Tree, honestly, or Dollar General. And then if you can just like find white or even wear your own apron, I feel like that shit's really easy.
Yeah.
But like the hat, I know Help sells it, obviously.
Yeah.
It's like all these things like maybe need like one extra item, and then you got it. I just like,
But then doesn't that ruin the thought exercise?
it kind of does, doesn't it? I'm a person who keeps cardboard on hand all the time for possible crafting needs and or keeping my cat away from things.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, my first reaction would be like,
Robot.
what can I build? Like as if I am, a 12-year-old boy who's like, Mom, I really want to be a transformer. That's where I would go. That's where my brain would go for very quickly.
Sure.
I'd be a robot or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Or I mean, if you even like, I feel like a lot of people will just like, if whether it's a big sheet of cardboard or you happen to have a poster board or something, and you can just like hang a big sign over the front and back that like literally says, "This is my Halloween costume."
Yeah. She's wrapped up.
Okay. Well, apologies, that wasn't as inspiring as it could have been. But we're going to end it here because both of our animals won't stop, can't stop. It's just never ending. So thank you all for being here. You can find both of our socials in the description. Next Monday is a movie club. We are going to be reviewing the Best Picture nominees for 2015. And boy, there are a lot of good movies in there. So it'll be a lot to talk about. We're really excited for it. So we will see you next Monday for that. And yeah, have a happy Halloween. Happy fall, y'all. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.